is you want to add a new solid, because we're going to be using that solid to create our black eyes. So we're going to go to Layer, New, Solid. Now this will pop up, Solid Settings. You want to make comp size, make it a black solid, because that's the color of our eyes. Then you want to call it Demon Eye. Demon Eyes. And you want to make sure it's comp size the same size as your footage, which is the comp and the composition, and hit OK. And that'll create a new solid over your original footage. You can toggle the eyeball switch here and see that it's just over your footage. So don't worry, your footage didn't disappear. Everything's good. Alright, so next what you want to do is you want to just turn off the eyeball. That way you don't see the solid, but you still want to have that solid selected, because we're going to be cutting out the eyes here. So with the solid selected, you want to grab the pen tool up here. You hover over it and it'll say pen tool, and all you have to do is hit G on your keyboard and you'll get the pen tool. As you can see here, it'll automatically select it. And you can hit V to go back here, and G to go back there, V to go back here, G, V, 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 G, 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 and so on and so forth, as you can see. So grab the pen tool, and with the Demon Eyes selected, you'll see it highlighted in white. With that selected, you want to basically draw out the eyes. So you just want to like draw out the eye shape. Whatever is the shape of your eye, that's what you should draw out. So that's what I'm doing here, and you can see like that. Now when I turn the eyeball switch back on, right over here, I turn it back on, you'll see in a second that our demon eye is there. Now just bring this over here, but you see it, and our demon eye is there. So it just makes a black, looks like your eye socket's empty basically. So you got that. Now what you want to do, you can leave the eyeball on. Now let that it's just that black part. Now you can cut out this eye and do that like this. Make sure the demon eye is selected. Now you can draw this eye here, and boom, you got a demon eye there as well. Alright, now that you got that, you don't want to move this from the first frame at all. Don't touch it. Leave it there while you're drawing out the eyes and all that. Now what you want to do is select the demon eyes, and you'll see over here where it says parent. If you don't see that, toggle switches, but you'll see it on both switches, so it doesn't matter. So you'll see where it says parent, and you'll see this swirl tool right here. It's like a swirled up, coiled up coil looking thing. You'll click on that, you'll hold it, you'll right click it and hold it, and drag it to the null object. Drag it on top of the null object while you're holding it, and just release. And what that will do, that will link our dark demon eyes to the footage. So if you watch it, we got it linked to the footage. So I'd say we're doing pretty good so far. We're doing pretty good. So now what you want to do is just hit escape after you do a RAM preview, which to get a RAM preview is right up here where it says RAM preview, and in the standard workspace it will be right over here where it says RAM preview. But I'm gonna go back in my workspace that I created, and so now that we've got that done, you'll see that it's looking good so far. Looking very good. The eyes are tracked perfectly and everything looks good. Now what you want to do is bring in your reflection, which I got my reflection off of a picture, and hopefully you guys can get yours off of a picture as well. I don't know. I'm going to show you where to get this picture right now though. Go to the internet, go to Google, which is where I went to Google. I Googled everything. Yeah, everything. So when Google loads, you want to just type in demon Demon Eye. It's pretty simple. You want to go to Images, and it'll be the second one. It'll say Zombie Eye under it, but that's going to be our Demon Eye, and we're going to use that. So just select it, go to See Full Size, and save picture as, and save it as Demon Eye or whatever, and it'll be saved. Now what you want to do with the Demon Eye picture selected, once you and to import files, by the way, all you have to do is open up After Effects, double click over here, and it'll bring up the import file, and you can just find your picture in your files and hit open, and it'll import it, and then you can just drag it into your comp, or you can just go to File, Import File, but I just double click and do it that way. So now with the Demon Eye selected, after you've dragged it into your footage, what you want to do is you want to grab the pen tool again, or just hit G on your keyboard depending on what kind of computer you're using. I'm using a desktop computer, not a Mac, so if you're using a Mac, I'm not familiar with those keys, but you can still go up in here and go to and grab the pen tool this way. So what you want to do is you want to just cut out these little reflectants, and you're not going to cut out this one, you're just going to cut out this one. So you're only going to cut out one of the reflectants, and make sure the size is correct, so just scale it. And to scale it, all you have to do is select the little corners here and scale it and everything like that. And hit R on your keyboard with the Demon Eye picture selected to rotate it, if you want to rotate it around, which I'm going to be rotating it around. So I want to make sure that it's just correctly there, and just make sure that it fits to the contours of your eyes, because you don't want it to be like out of your eye, because that would be looking stupid. Alright, and you're still in the first frame as you're doing all this. You don't want to move frames until it is pick whipped to the null, which we're not going to do that till the end. Which that Demon Eye reflectant looks good there. We're just gonna to duplicate this. To duplicate it, all you got to do is have it selected, the Demon Eye JPEG selected, and hold Control and hit D, and it'll duplicate it. And you grab the one on top, you just drag it over to this eye. And I'm just gonna I'm just gonna reverse it like this, just so I'm gonna rotate it just so it'll kind of be even with the other eye and look the same as the other eye. You want to match everything up to look pretty much the same. So that looks good. It doesn't have to be super perfect, because I'm not gonna try to get it super perfect, but that looks good there. Now what you want to do is you want to do the same thing you did with the Demon Eyes. You just grab the little parent tool, the pick whip, and pick whip it to the null 2 object. Do the same as I did before. Just right click it and drag it and drop it. Then do the same with the second one. Right click, drag it and drop it. That way the 2 reflections are linked to the null. And what we can do is we can scroll through, and you'll see that now the Demon Eye, if you get a rare preview, you'll see that now the Demon Eye has a reflectant and all that, and it stays with the eyes. And it's pretty good looking so far. Looking pretty good. So we got that done. Now what you want to do is you can feather. What feathering does is it basically just softens the edges so the edges aren't sharp. So you can feather the Demon Eyes, the black part, which is the solid, which says Demon Eyes. You can feather that by selecting it and hitting F on the keyboard. If you're using a Windows computer. Or you can just open up the little arrow here and open up the masks manually.